Gervonta "Tank" Davis is set to face Lamont Roach, a 130-pounder stepping up to the lightweight division. With special permission from the sanctioning bodies, Roach will keep his title while Davis defends his 135-pound crown on December 14th. This decision has sparked a massive debate among boxing professionals and fans, with some predicting an upset. The World Boxing Association, WBA, has given Roach the green light for the fight, but the real question is this what Tank's fans have been clamoring for? Roach is a skilled fighter in his division, but many hardcore fans are questioning the matchup. They wonder if this bout aligns with their expectations and if it's worth the price of admission. Meanwhile, Davis's supporters argue that no other suitable contenders like Shocker Stevenson have received a concrete offer for a fight. The WBA has outlined the stakes for Roach. If he wins, he'll have 5 days to decide between his super featherweight title and the lightweight belt. If he loses, he has 120 days to defend his 130-pound title against a mandatory challenger. Boxing personalities have voiced varied opinions. Najee, host of Cigar Talk, pointed out that Roach is also a champion, and Tank's initial opponent, Vasily Lomachenko, was the first to opt out of the matchup. Critics argue that allowing Davis to handpick contenders from the super featherweight division dilutes the sport, enabling champions to artificially extend their reigns by avoiding true competition. This move is seen by many as a business strategy, with Davis representing Baltimore and Roach hailing from Washington, D.C., ensuring high ticket sales on the East Coast. While Davis's team at Premier Boxing Champions, PBC, prefers the safer option against Roach, many fans demand matchups with top 135-pounders like Edwin de los Santos, Floyd Schofield, and Raymond Moratalla. These potential opponents would pose greater challenges, but for now, Davis's camp seems to be playing it safe, opting for the finesse of a smaller fighter like Roach rather than risking substantial damage. Despite fans' discontent, some continue to watch Davis's career with interest. The consistent criticism is that Tank's team has carefully managed his trajectory, steering clear of unnecessary risks. This pattern, fans argue, keeps him at the pinnacle of the sport without facing the sport's elite contenders. In response to fan criticism on social media, Davis recently dismissed negative comments about his fight with Roach. When one fan expressed disappointment, Davis reacted harshly, telling them to return to whatever they were doing. This exchange highlighted Davis's indifference to fan expectations and his determination to stick to his chosen path, echoing the sentiment of a character from Oliver Twist, only instead of asking for more, Davis dismisses those who ask more of him. The upcoming fight with Roach follows a familiar script in Davis's career. His team strategically guides him to matchups that bolster his records while minimizing the risk of defeat. His bouts against Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios included rehydration clauses, ensuring an advantage. His choice not to face Lomachenko 6 years ago also drew criticism, and now that Lomachenko is aging, Tank is suddenly eager to take on the challenge. There were other contenders in line for a fight with Davis. Edwin de los Santos was approached by Davis's camp, but they ultimately chose Roach. De los Santos' manager suggested that the choice of Roach was a tactical one, as he comes from the 130-pound division and would present a more manageable challenge than a natural lightweight like Santos. Many boxing personalities have weighed in on Davis's choices. Teofimo Lopez recently remarked that Davis can beat all the fighters at 135, but acknowledged that Shocker Stevenson could give him a real challenge. Lopez highlighted that Davis has mostly faced C to B class fighters, with Ryan Garcia being an A+ in media but not at the same level as a boxer. Davis's career path has been marked by carefully managed matchups, avoiding risks against fighters who could threaten his undefeated record. However, fans argue that fighting these carefully selected opponents cheapens the sport and sidesteps the genuine competition in the lightweight division. The demand for a fight between Davis and Shocker Stevenson has been brewing, as both fighters are lightweight champions. However, this matchup is likely to take time, as Stevenson is currently sidelined after hand surgery. In the meantime, Davis is expected to defend his WBA title against lesser threats like Roach. Lopez, a two-weight world champion, believes that Davis could overcome any opponent in the lightweight division, though he sees Stevenson as a potential obstacle. He noted that Tank's victories have largely come against fighters who are not top tier in the division. Nonetheless, he respects Tank's abilities and acknowledges that he appeals to boxing fans who enjoy his fighting style. The debate over Tank's fight choices has reignited following his selection of Roach. Although Lomachenko was initially in the running for a bout with Davis, he has since taken a break to focus on family, leaving the path open for Roach's challenge. Meanwhile, other contenders like Teofimo Lopez have voiced their willingness to take on Davis. Lopez recently challenged Tank publicly, but faces skepticism about whether a fight between them will ever materialize due to weight differences and financial considerations. One other contender, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, had a highly competitive match with Davis in 2021. Despite Cruz pushing Davis hard in their bout, a rematch seems unlikely. Fans had speculated about a potential rematch after Cruz lost his WBA title to Jose Valenzuela, but Davis dismissed the idea, confident that Cruz couldn't defeat him even if they fought again, with both his hands fully functional. Amidst these debates, Keyshawn Davis, a rising star in the lightweight division, confidently claimed that he could beat Tank. Highlighting his diverse skill set and physical advantages, Keyshawn sees himself as a serious threat to Tank's reign. He likened a potential matchup to the legendary fights of the past, stating that Tank's style would play into his hands. With Davis turning 29 and sitting comfortably at the top of the lightweight division, the call for him to face tougher competition grows louder. While fighters like Teofimo Lopez and others are eager to challenge him, the choices of his team suggest a preference for low-risk, high-reward matchups. This strategy has kept Tank undefeated, but has left fans questioning the legitimacy of his reign. Ultimately, the debate surrounding Davis's fight with Roach underscores a larger issue within boxing. The business aspect often overshadows the sport's competitive nature. While Davis has secured his title and a lucrative payday, many fans and professionals in the sport yearn for a return to fights that truly test champions against the best contenders. For now, it seems Davis will continue to chart his own path, defending his title against opponents he feels confident he can defeat, while fans continue to hope for the high-stakes matchups they crave.